Comet Ison passes the Sun at 1837 UTC time on November 28, 2013. The distance to the Sun was 8,888,008 kilometres. Moments before and after, it was at 888 kilometres. 888 is Jesus in Greek gematria. The most royal man on the earth has 888 written all over him. Greek dictionary, the time, 1837, means to echo forth, that is, resound, being generally reported, sound forth. Christ has returned just as he promised he would. His name today is Leonard Golightly Marshall. Here are the statistics about the Perihelion. Time 1837, 45 seconds UTC, and you can see the sun distance 8,888,008. So we have the Comet Sun passing the sun at a distance of 8,888,008 kilometres. So where do we find the number 888? Could it mean anything? The greatest comet ever closed in on the Sun to pass at a distance of 8,888,000 kilometres. Well, how about the fact that I'm 69.88 years old today? Did you know in the Greek concordance that the number 698 is Mars Hill? Closest word in the Greek to my name, Marshall. Or did you know that Jupiter was about to rise at 1852 and will set at 10:58 tomorrow, the 29th of November? Or that Venus, the morning star, had set at 18:33. It had risen 430 minutes earlier at 11:23, and 4:30 is God in Hebrew. Jupiter rise and set for a duration over London of 966 minutes means lightning in Hebrew. Add 966 and 430 for a total of 1396, so divide by 2 for the average of 698. Marshall. By the way, the term for God I am is in the KJV 1611 698 times. Our hotel room number 552, its speed means shining bright ashos, as in a flashing tip of a sword. Jupiter is 88,800 miles wide. It is Jesus in number 888. This was going back to 2011 when it was in retrograde, moving backwards. That began on August 30th, 2011. And it returning will be the halfway on their 22nd of February in the year 2012. So that is history, and that's when the judgment began. The execution of the judgment began. Gematria is the value of an alphabet. It was common in Hebrew and Greek literature. The Lord is 800, Jesus 888, Christ 1480. Add them all together for 3168. Go through there and read those statistics. 111, of course, is the rebirth date of the Christ. He was born January 11th, 1944. In Australia, we write usually the day first and then the month, so it doesn't matter where you are. It's either the 11th of January or January 11th. 111. He bore a son and called his name. 111 times 24. 4888 times 3. The total of that verse is 8,880. The raised Jesus is 8,880. And that's the gematria of Matthew 1:23, the verse that we've just read. It's also, when I was 8,880 days old, my daughter Tracy Lee was reborn in Port Alberni, Canada. Sunrise to sunset was 888 minutes, and when she was conceived, Jupiter was over the town for 888 minutes. Jupiter being 88,800 miles wide. When I was born in Sydney, my brother was 8.88 years old. From sunrise to moonrise on the day I was born was 888 minutes, just as it was on the Jesus birth date, which was June the 17th in the year 2 BC. You can study that table there. So reborn on the 11th of January 1944, when I was 888 days old, the date was the same as the Jesus birth date of June the 17th, 2 BC. Then we're going back, this is historical. Some distances of the planets from Earth. This was all to do at the time that you went into the pyramid, wasn't it, hon? Yep. This was back in October the 11th, the 101st birthday of the most royal woman, Daphne Golightly, who gave birth to the Christ. And he was... Yes. So the 888 is all to do with Jesus. Brian Leonard Golightly Marshall, of course, is the new name of the revelation. And he is the most royal man on the earth, and he has the 888 all over him. The distance between two latitudes, north and south, New Zealand, 888 miles. The most famous solar eclipse to have occurred 14 days after the rebirth of the Christ, on January the 25th, 1944, occurred across the 25-degree north latitude, measuring 8,888.8 miles to the rebirth location of the Christ, which was 105 Rothschild Avenue, Rosebery, Sydney, Australia. Distance across Argentina, distance to the South Pole, 5813 kilometres is the height of the finished pyramid with the capstone in place, and the latitude of the Christ home for 13.13 years, measuring 5813 kilometres to the South Pole. These are the distances in time of the Christ family. The 888 or the 11626 number, which is the width of the antechamber. The altar to the Lord in the midst of Egypt, of course, is the Great Pyramid in Giza. It is all to do, everything about it is to do with revealing who the Christ is today, and it's the genetic key of the House of David, 11626. Are the differences in time, whether it be weeks, days, or years, that the Christ family reveals. This was when we were in Glastonbury, Cornwall, throughout June, and randomly our Tom, a place we were not going to, was giving us a distance and instructions on how to get there. 8880, the value of Matthew 1:23, all about Emmanuel. The Holy Mother Mary is also reborn, today known as Trinity Lee, and she was reborn 888 weeks from the marriage date of the Christ's marriage to his second wife, and she, Trinity, was 8.888 years old on the Christ's 69th birthday, which was January 11th, 2013. He will be 70 years old in 44 days. It's all to do with Comet Ison. And this is why he has chosen Islam. Muhammad had it right. He said the Virgin Mary gave birth to the soul of Allah, just like Pope Benedict confirmed on March the 12th, 2013 this year, when he recognised Leonard Golightly Marshall as the image within the Shroud of Turin, announced it to the world through an apostolic letter on April 26, 2013, and has paid with his freedom ever since. By the Antichrist, who has been revealed, it is and can only be Pope Francis, a Jesuit who has sworn to rip open the bellies of anybody who doesn't go along with him and take the babies from their pregnant mothers and smash their skulls against walls. Really sounds like Jesus, doesn't it? So the world is bowing down to the Antichrist Pope Francis. The rest of the deluded Christian world is still debating who the Antichrist is. The Antichrist is Pope Francis because he was given the news and the evidence on March the 23rd, 2013 by Pope Benedict XVI, who is still the Pope. The Christ did not accept his resignation. He has been renamed Petrus Romanus, or Peter II, because he is the reincarnate of the Apostle Peter, who announced for the second time in this life, "Thou art the Christ. It is upon this rock that he will build his church this age," from this time forward. We are going through the judgment right now, so anything that goes down in the days ahead and all that has been happening is all about the judgment. The Western Christian nations of the world have been rejected by the Christ. They have rejected him. They are devoured by the book they are reading. The Word of God is a man. Jesus Christ, first time born to the earth, 17th of June, 2 BC, and second time, Leonard Golightly Marshall, the new name that only he would know, and written, Revelation 19:12, you have all been thoroughly devoured by the book that the devil has got you consumed by. Here we have a very late photograph, uploaded 17 hours ago when we got this one down from Janet Neer's site. And here he is, in Arabic. We have found the family of Muhammad, and we have found Muhammad, a lovely young man who calls Brian Jesus. He has the heart and mind of compassion that moved Jesus and Brian to do what he does, tell the truth and cure people of their diseases. The Red Sea, not the Dead Sea, but the Red Sea. Spectacular. By the time Comet Ison hurtles toward the Earth, aiming for the 11th of January, 70th birthday of the Christ, we should be in the tower. There will be some spectacular, 10 times brighter than the moon. There will be a spectacular light show, and there should be some well-aimed asteroids taking out all evil. Meek inherit the earth, along with the Christ who is already here.